Today we're talking balls. Oh, no GC quad today because it is too wet. So comment down below, why do you buy golf balls? Apart from the obvious, you need them for golf. But what is the determining factor on which ball you buy? Is it price? Is it because it's the best ball in golf? Is it because Rory McIlroy uses it? Why do you buy the golf ball you use? Or aren't you bothered about what golf ball you use? Do you simply just use balls you find? Lake balls? Why do you use the golf balls you use? Comment down below. Because in a minute, I'm going to tell you all about golf balls and why they're really important and why you should use golf balls that are suited for you and not because Rory McIlroy uses them. So, golf ball, the little white thing you go around and hit around 18 holes, play army golf, whatever you do with it. Why is this so important? Well, golf balls have what's called compression ratings. Now, those compression ratings are normally determined by price. So you have things like Pro V1, Pro V1X that are at 90 to 100 compression rating. And then you have Strixon Soft Feel, for example, which is at 60 to 65, I can't remember off the top of my head, compression rating. And then AD 333, which I think is 72 compression rating. But what does compression rating mean? Now, you may hear them as low compression ratings, high compression ratings, because sometimes the number isn't readily available. So you will just hear them as a low compression golf ball and a high compression golf ball. But what does it mean? Well, how many times have you gone down to the golf club and seen one of the seniors, for example, who swings at 65, 70 mile an hour with his driver, and I keep picking on seniors, but it's a good example for this, using Pro V1 golf balls. And you say to them, why are you using a Pro V1, mate? And their answer is, well, because it's the best golf ball, so I want to use the best golf ball. Well, actually, that golf ball could be costing you yards. So I'm merely going to talk about the science behind it. Clearly, the best way to get a golf ball is to go for a golf ball fitting, something I'll be offering at Ashbury. And there are anomalies. So, you know, I've done a previous video where I tested all the Strixon range and found certain ones were good for me and certain ones weren't, and some were surprising. So this is just the science. Clearly, getting a fitting is the right way to go about this. So let's talk low compression golf balls. When a golf ball is hit by a driver, it compresses. A little bit like if you squeezed a marshmallow, it would compress and then expand as it releases from the driver. And that's kind of like a trampoline effect. So it's hitting, and this isn't a driver, this is a forehand, but it's the same principle. It hits the club, the ball squishes into the club, and then it releases off. And the ball speed is then given from the speed the club has hit it and the compression rating of the golf ball, and its spring effect is what the ball speed that comes off the club. So a low compression golf ball will squeeze a lot more than a high compression golf ball. So the harder it's hit, the more it squishes. And what that means for people is it needs less speed to squish. Let's just keep it as scientific as that. So if you've got less speed, a low compression golf ball will squish more to its desired, its optimal squishiness, and then give you better spring effect off the club, thus giving you better distance. So the way to look, and this is a rule of thumb, the way to look at compression ratings is the compression rating of golf ball is equal to the swing speed of the driver of that player. It's a rule of thumb. It's not me saying it's law, that's just a rule of thumb. So if you've got a 65 mile an hour swing speed with a driver, the best ball for you, scientifically, is a 65-ish, 65, 70 compression golf ball. So low compression golf ball, someone like me uses it who's got like 110 to 120 mile an hour driver swing speed, if I used a 65 compression golf ball, I'm over squishing the ball, if that makes sense. So when the club comes in at 110 miles an hour, hits a stationary ball, the ball compresses too much, thus all the energy I've put into it is wasted because it's all in the golf ball, and as it comes off, the ball like bounces around like this, trying to form itself to its normal round ball shape. Whereas if it's at its optimal squishiness, it will hit the club, bounce off, return to its normal roundness quicker, and give you better ball speed. So if someone with too much speed hits a low compression golf ball, they're not getting the optimal ball speed from it because all the energy is wasted in the ball. So that's why you will find the low compression golf balls are normally the cheapest balls, because they need less as good material, so to speak. They don't need as much energy to perform. Oh, sick. Sicky wicky. What are you building?
Can you help?
No. It's much more fun for me to watch you from afar. Another seat. How many seats is that Nora's got?
About 8.
And how many arses has she got?
Right, Lee, I don't know what to do.
There's instructions over there. Look.
Oh, the screws and everything.
Come on, babe, you can do it.
There's one screw.
That's all. So?
Oh, I can't. I don't like stuff like this. Lee, just help me.
There's instructions over there. It's pretty simple what's trying to happen here.
Well, Lee,
There you go.
but they don't fit in there. Yay!
What are you doing?
Just,
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, right, well, they have to go in that hole. But which way?
I don't think it matters.
Well, it must matter.
Yeah, but they've got to clip in, surely.
Yeah, they do, but I'm making sure they're in the right hole.
Okay, you're the boss.
Right, this ain't going in. Put your teeth on there. Let's change it.
Right, there you go.
And then this just goes over here, guys. So that is how you put a bouncer together. You smiling? Wait, your dummy's all caught up in the...
That fun?
Boing.
No. So then you've got mid-compression golf balls, which are sort of like 75, 80, which, correlate to that sort of person's swing speed. But then we get to high compression golf balls. That was a fat. So now we're at Pro V1, Pro V1X, Strixon Z-Star, Chrome Soft, etc., etc. That's our high compression golf balls. Now what that means is it needs more speed in order to compress. So, back to the analogy, ball comes in at 110 mile an hour, hits the stationary ball compresses into face, springs off. Because it's a high compression golf ball, it needs more speed in order to make itself squishy. Now each ball has got an optimal squishiness. The high compression golf ball needs more speed in order to make itself squishy. So Pro V1, Pro V1X at 90, 100 and plus require faster swing speeds in order to compress. So if I'm hitting this Z-Star golf ball at its optimal compression rating speed, I will get the most ball speed, the most efficiency out of the club that I can possibly get. But what happens if John down the club, who's got a 70 mile an hour club head speed, hits this Pro V1, for example, let's say, or Pro V1X at 100 compression rating, meaning it's optimal at 100 mile an hour kind of club head speed. If he hits this Pro V1X, what's happening to the ball then? Well, then in that case, John is wasting money on an expensive golf ball because his slow swing speed is coming and hitting a high compression golf ball. The ball isn't squishing enough against the face, so the optimal energy in that golf ball isn't being used, so it's going to lack distance because the ball has not compressed enough in order to get enough bounce and spring effect off the club in order to travel its full distance. That's why John would be better off with a lower compression golf ball, because the ball will compress against the face more and thus travel further. So you could be buying expensive balls and losing distance. But then we get the, yep, but nothing feels like a Pro V1. And that is possibly correct. But I'm going to say, even at my level, I struggle to tell the difference around the greens and feel between a Pro V1 and a soft field ball. Not necessarily a Strixon soft feel, but a ball that has been designed to feel soft around the greens. I really wouldn't know. If you took all the paintwork off it and put them balls down at the dress and I hit them, the chances of me picking the Pro V1 out are very slim. Because I only know it's a Pro V1 because it says it on it. If you gave me a Strixon ball and a Pro V1 on, I'd probably think it was a Pro V1 at the point around the greens, because they are soft feel golf balls. That's what they're designed to do. That's why you get balls like the Strixon soft feel. It's a low compression rating, so the normal amateur golfer with a slow swing speed who's just getting into golf hasn't got the power or the technique to get his swing speed up yet, gets a soft feel golf ball, feels soft around the greens, and gives him the optimal distance with his driver.
You filming?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want you filming today with no makeup on, not even got any jewellery on, nothing. I'm just having a day off and...
What?
I've only got one round of bread.
So what are you having?
I can
have wraps in there?
Yeah, I've got wrap. Do you want a wrap?
Yeah, I'll have wrap. So what are we having on the wrap?
Ham sandwiches. I don't know what you're asking.
Obviously it's ham. We've got enough ham.
God, we're pretty freaking brassic on the bloody ham at the minute.
Oh my god. Lockdown woes.
Don't panic, there's enough. I'm going shopping tomorrow.
Lockdown woes, we've not got enough ham. So what are we having with it? Coleslaw. Creamy coleslaw, salad, and what on earth is that? What's that?
Salad?
No, in the tin foil.
Cucumber.
Oh, okay.
If you take your cucumber out of the plastic thing it comes in and wrap it in foil and put it in the fridge, it lasts longer.
There you go. Right, so that's lunch sorted. What about tea?
I'm making my own honey and mustard, like a sauce, butter sauce with pork chops, rice and broccoli.
Oh. Right. If we had pigs on our farm that way.
We do eat a lot of pork, because we're having pork tonight. Oh.
Like, in yesterday's Q&A you said you wanted a farm, but you never actually mentioned you wanted pigs.
I know!
So,
I meant to say pig.
is that because you eat them? Because you like, as soon as you got a pig, you'd eat it?
No, I wouldn't. It wouldn't be that sort of farm where we eat the animals. It'd be like a farm for just keeping animals.
So we do that?
Milk the cows and use the sheep for wool or something. I don't know.
Use the sheep for wool.
I don't know, Lee.
You're not really
I'm not
out,
having a farm and killing any of our animals and then eating them. That's just weird. I know that's what happens, but not when because they'd be my pets.
Those farm animals are not pets.
Yeah, they are.
They're just domestic farm animals.
Not domestic farm animals.
So I hope that little video has helped you understand golf balls. So they're not sort of, golf companies don't make their premium golf ball and then come down in price to try and make it work for people price wise. There's theory behind every golf ball. Every golf ball has a purpose, whether it's for low compression, high compression, more speed, less spin. There's a purpose for every golf ball. It's not a case of they're all the same, and people don't have to keep going out and spending £45, £50 a dozen on Pro V1s because they're the best ball. Don't get me wrong, they're a fantastic golf ball, and would use them all the time, but they're £50, and for me, I get the same numbers between a Z-Star and a Pro V1, and there's a £15 difference per dozen, so I will use Z-Star. But you see all the time people with slow swing speeds and all that lot using Pro V1s because they're the best ball, where you could actually be losing distance because the compression on the golf ball isn't helping you. Now, yes, I know people want to treat themselves to good balls and all that lot. The purpose of this video is to show you the science behind the golf ball and compression ratings and why they'll work for you and why they won't. It's completely up to you what golf ball you use. It's up to you. If you came to Ashbury and I was in the shop and you wanted advice on a golf ball, I'd be asking you for your club head speed. I'd be asking you what kind of feel you want, you know, how do you want it to feel, play, distance, etc. And try and pick a ball for you then. But the ideal situation is you come in and having a ball fit in. We fit you for the ball from the green backwards. That's the best way to fit a ball, is from the green backwards. So we get you feel and we get you distance and all that kind of things. But ultimately, that's what compression ratings are for. They are there to help people determined by your swing speed. Right, I hope that's helped, and I hope I've sort of explained it into a bit of a layman's terms as much as I possibly can. I don't want to try and baffle you with technical jargon, but that's the basis around golf balls and their compression ratings and what they're designed to do. If you are like what we're doing in lockdown, then please consider hitting that subscribe button down below. It's completely free, you don't need to pay for it. Give this video a like, and as always, stay safe, and we'll be back tomorrow probably.